first thing we'll need to do is duplicate a few views. Then we'll need to set the visibility graphics to show only the items we need to see. Then we'll allocate a discipline and a subdiscipline for plumbing. In the project browser, you'll see that we're currently on one ceiling mech. Also, you'll notice if we scroll down that we still have a couple plumbing floor plans. I'd like to get rid of those. What fun would that be? Select them both, right-click, and delete them. Now what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate a view. Go ahead and select one mech, right-click, duplicate view, and what we're going to do is duplicate. The difference between the three is if we duplicate, any tags or annotations won't come along with it. If we duplicate with detailing, any dimensions, tags, annotations will come along with it. If we duplicate as a dependent, that means we have a match line situation. For our purposes today, let's just duplicate view and duplicate. Select copy of one mech, right-click, and let's rename it. Get rid of copy of, let's call it 1-plumbing, and hit OK. With one plumbing selected, let's change the subdiscipline. In the properties, let's scroll down. We'll keep the discipline mechanical. However, the subdiscipline, we want to change that to be plumbing. Click Apply. We now have a new category under mechanical, and that's plumbing. Let's double click on one plumbing, make sure we're in it. Let's set our visibility graphics. Type in VG. Let's uncheck air terminals. Let's scroll down. Anything involving HVAC, let's get rid of. Definitely keep mechanical equipment, and of course anything that has to do with pipes. Scroll down to make sure you have everything. Let's get rid of sprinklers, and everything else looks good. Click Apply, and click OK. Excellent. It doesn't seem like you've done much, but it's great to have our own category, but now we need something to do with it. Remember, you can create as many views as needed to get the job done. So to get started, let's make sure we're in the plumbing plan, floor plans, one plumbing. Let's zoom in on this lavatory area. On the View tab, click the Callout button. Let's make a callout of this area right about here. Remember, we can always adjust the callout later. Let's double-click on the callout. In the properties, let's rename it. For view name, instead of callout 1, let's call it typical lavatory, and click Apply. The next thing I want to do is turn off the hatch pattern on the floor. We do that by going to Visibility Graphics. Type in VG. Notice that we can't change anything. Hit Cancel. Under View Template, click Mechanical Plan. Let's not bind it to any template. Click Apply. Click OK. Now let's type in VG. Let's scroll down to Floors. Select it. Override the pattern. And let's make it not visible. Click OK. Click Apply. Then click OK. Let's change our scale to 1/4 inch equals a foot. One more thing that we'll have to do is set our filters. Our filters allow us to display the different types of piping that are in this model. We can access our filters by going to our visibility graphics by typing VG. Notice we have a Filters tab. Domestic, sanitary, and vent are in here. This will allow us to color them and actually show them in our plan. Right now, if we started drawing pipe, we wouldn't be able to see them. So for visibility, let's turn on domestic, sanitary, and vent. Click Apply. Click OK. Now we need to bring in some connectors. Go to the Insert tab. Click on Load Family. Scroll down to Plumbing. Go to MEP. Go to Fixtures. Go to Connectors. And let's select all of these connectors. Let's click Open. Let's zoom in on this first toilet. On the Systems tab, click the Plumbing Fixture button on the Plumbing and Pipe panel. In the Properties, let's click the Type Selector drop-down. Let's select Pipe Connector, Domestic Cold Water. Let's go ahead and place that right on the back of this plumbing fixture. Hit Escape a couple times and zoom out a little bit. Notice that it's somewhat obscured. And the View Control toolbar, let's set our visual style to wireframe. Select your connector. Notice that it's going in the wrong direction. What we need to do is flip the plane. Go ahead and select the Flip Work Plane button. Now it's going in the right direction. One other problem is the fact that this is sitting on the floor. Let's raise it up a little bit. For the elevation, let's go 1 foot. Click Apply. Let's zoom out a little bit. Notice that we have a very generous mechanical chase. To start drawing pipe, go ahead and select this little icon right here. And we can start drawing our pipe. Pick a point right about here. Let's start coming in this direction. Now, when we get to this wall, we can change the elevation of our pipe. So let's keep going in this direction. Let's change our offset to 9 feet. Suppose we want to run it above the ceiling. Keep going in this direction. In Revit, will give us our rise symbol. And let's draw our pipe up this wall outside of our view, and we can hit Escape. On the View Control toolbar, let's go back to Hidden Line. Zoom in on this connector and select it. Click the Copy button. I'm going to copy it from this point to this point. I'm going to click this icon, and I'm going to draw another pipe perpendicular to the pipe that I have. Revit will make the connection. Zoom out a little bit and take a look. So, by stubbing out the fixtures, we're able to route our own piping. The nice thing about it is we can actually still create a system without having to copy the toilets into our project. This will eliminate the chance of the architect and the plumbing engineer showing different fixtures. Check and see if your company is doing it this way. To get started, let's find the typical lavatory plan. It's still under HVAC, so let's make sure we move that to plumbing. Subdiscipline, plumbing. Click Apply. What we need to do now is let's load a couple fittings. On the Insert tab, let's click Load Family. Let's scroll down to Pipe. Let's go to Fittings. Let's go to PVC, Schedule 40, Socket Type. Let's grab every one of these fittings in this directory. Click Open. On the Systems tab, let's click the Pipe button. For Pipe Type Standard, let's click Edit Type. Under Type Properties, let's duplicate. Let's simply call it PVC. And click OK. And there's Segments and Fittings. Let's click the Edit button next to Routing Preferences. The Pipe segment, click the drop-down. Let's scroll down till we find Polyvinyl Chloride Rigid, Schedule 40. For the elbow, click the drop-down, Elbow PVC, Schedule 40. Preferred junction type we'll keep as a T. For the junction, we'll use T PVC, Schedule 40. For the cross, we use Cross PVC, Schedule 40. The transition, Coupling Reducing PVC, Schedule 40. And the union, Coupling PVC, Schedule 40. Click OK. Click OK. Hit Escape once. Now the next step is to put in a fitting. Let's scroll into our toilet. Let's click on Plumbing Fixture. This time, let's add Pipe Connector Sanitary. I'm going to put this guy right here. Hit Escape a couple times. On the View Control toolbar, let's switch to Wireframe. Select your fitting. Let's flip the work plane. Hit Escape a couple times. Go ahead and select your fitting. This time, right-click on this icon. Let's draw a pipe. Pipe type wants to be PVC. Let's give it a 3-inch diameter. Now we need to slope our pipe. So under slope piping, let's slope down. Our slope value wants to be 1/8 of an inch equals a foot. Let's scroll out a little bit. Let's pick a point right about here. Let's draw our pipe all the way down into the chase, back to here, and then down into this chase. We can just terminate it right here. Just skip a couple times. Go ahead and select the pipe. Notice that it shows 1/8 inch equals a foot, and it gives us our offsets. Just skip a couple times. Select this fixture, click the copy button. Let's copy it down to the other toilet. Let's hit escape a couple times. Let's select this fixture, right click on the grip, and draw a pipe. This time we're going to draw the pipe up to about here. So we're going to come in at a 45-degree angle, but what we have to do is click on the Ignore Slope to Connect button. Go to 45 degrees and stuck the other pipe. Hit escape a couple times. Let's change it back to hidden line. Now we have this one toilet connected. Change the detail level to fine. Since we're at such a small scale, our lines are pretty thick. So on the Quick Access toolbar, click the Thin Lines button. For the visual style, let's set it to realistic. I can see our new pipe type. It's sloping down, and it puts in our 45-degree Y. Let's go back to Plumbing Floor Plan 1 Plumbing. Let's click on Close Hidden Windows. Although sloping pipe is still a tad tedious, we have certainly come a long way in getting it into our model. I think it's time to jump into the mechanical room. There's a lot more piping that goes into a building than toilets. Certainly, we have quite a bit of equipment, such as pumps, boilers, chillers, you name it. Although we can't add every type of piping and piece of equipment to this video, let's focus on adding a condensate pump, and let's check out the properties of it. The first thing we should do is make sure we're in Floor Plan 1 Plumbing. Let's zoom in on the mechanical room. On the View tab, let's click the Callout button and pick a window right around this room. Go ahead and select your callout window. And grab this grip right here. Let's move that on over. Let's scroll down till we find View Template, Mechanical Plan, and go ahead and click that. Let's make sure we have it set for None under the Names category, and click OK. Type in VG. Let's turn our floor pattern off. OK. Now the next thing to do is, in the view name, let's call it Enlarged Mechanical Room, all caps. For the subdiscipline, let's make sure we have it set for Plumbing. And click Apply. Now, let's look for some equipment. On the Insert tab, let's click on Load Family. Let's scroll down to Mechanical. Let's go to MEP. Let's go to Waterside Components. Notice that we have quite an array of predefined items. As we scroll down through, we can see that Revit gives us a good amount of items right out of the box. Remember, check your manufacturer. Many manufacturers make very specific items for you to use. For our use, we're going to go to Pumps. We're going to go to Pressure Operated Condensate Pump, horizontal. Let's click Open. Let's go back to the Systems tab. Let's click on Mechanical Equipment. Notice that we can't see the pump. Always be aware of your properties. Right now, it wants to put it in at an offset of 10 feet for some reason. In the offset, type in 0 and hit Enter. Now we can see our pump. Let's zoom in on it. And I want to place it at a different orientation. So to change the orientation, just hit your spacebar once. Let's drop it in a spot right here. Let's hit Escape a couple times. Let's change our view scale to be 1/4 inch equals a foot. Let's zoom back in. Let's turn off our Thin Lines button. Go ahead and select your tank. Click the Copy button. Let's pick a point right about here. Let's copy it over about 2 feet. Let's hit Escape a couple times. Let's zoom out. Let's click on Close Hidden Windows. We now have 2 pumps loaded into our model. So I hope you get the process, no pun intended. A bit of advice here, like I mentioned earlier, would be to check out your manufacturer to see if they have any items modeled in Revit. Many or most of them now do. Also, you should check out Autodesk Seek. You can get a direct link to tons of equipment